Okay, continuing on. This is Ausonia, one of the builds I made. Um, so from your during your turn, you play out cards, and they you can buy from two markets. One is a single stack of Ausonia power. I think I'm going to make little squares that denotes all the various locations where you can do stuff. These cards, I sorted them out for presentational purposes. They're all called power, so they're easy to identify. The rest is not called power. Yeah, so if you spend a red gem, you can buy this card. When you buy a card, it goes into your bought area. It's your normally it's a discard pile, but you can interact from your hand with the draw pile. So only at the end of your turn you move the bought area cards into your discard pile, and if that's either it's on top or on the bottom, I don't know yet. So obviously these cost more. So the blues are cheaper, and that also corresponds with the fact that you have more blue cards in your starting card. And I think because it's a single deck, you can get really unlucky if you don't draw in your first turn red gem. There are two red gems in the start hand. If the player, if you don't draw them, and the opponent draws his hand with red, then this is gone to him. So maybe it will work out nicely. So two blues gives this card, two greens. The cost is always in the top left in deck builders, so it follows convention. Two gems of any give the three joker thing. There's a raise. That I haven't figured out what raise is. And just like Splendor, you can use star cards with a card on top of it or on the bottom. So that you get a blue gem for free. So yeah, these decks are I figured out. Then there is the personas and defense, and obviously I need to round the cards. So they have a front and a back. It's beautiful artwork. I think it is a hidden gem in that sense, because there's a lot of artwork that's just beautiful in Ausonia. So you get a lot of beautiful cards and nobody talks about it, so that's quite a shame. Most of the reviews are unpaid, and it says, yeah, it's a deck builder. So very non-hyped, and I'm not going to hype it just because I got it. I don't get any money or something for it, but so what it does is, let's see, I think if it draws a blue gem, so you draw, I think you draw cards just like a normal player for this opponent, for example, and it gets 3 influence if it draws this, and it gets 4 influence if it draws this, something like that. And manipulation means that you can do stuff with your draw deck manipulation. One is, I think, you can look at it at the top card, something like that. Okay, the Mage King then. It has different powers, and this means, yeah, then Aspirant has 3 cards. If it has 3 cards, it can discard it. When the player has more sources than Aspirant cards, has kept cards in sources. I think sources is the cross stuff. This is a source because it gives you this income. Okay, so let's quickly go over them. Mage King, like so. Then Mage Queen, Bishop, Burn. I think Burn is that you have as the opponent, the player needs to discard cards, I think, or Burn can be expelled from the game. I don't know. Different abilities, so it gives a lot of variety. So if the game is actually fun, then you'll get. I can do it. Hold on. The invulnerable, the usurper. Also different abilities. So this is all very varied, creative. What you can do. I mean, if you want the ultimate deck builder, this could be a good candidate. Then there is personas. Not really sure what they do. I think it's some kind of expansion. But you have Fernando de Medici, Francesco Molin. And these are not opponent AIs because they only have one side. And I think you can buy them, but they are not favor cards, so they cannot be bought from the favor deck. They cannot be bought from the gem market. So it's a single artist because the art style is consistent. The font is also very nice because it's a proper font and not that Arial stuff. So you can, it's Serif, and that's very pleasant for the eyes for reading. So let's go over them a bit more quickly because it never ends. These are double-sided defense cards. I have no idea what they do. Then there is Infiltration. And it seems to me that this is an expansion thing, but they're all the same. Forced play, corruption oneself. Corruption is the minus form of influence. So gain 1 corruption means lose 1 influence. Well, they're all identical. So that's this stack. So I'm really curious what the AI instructions are, and I'm also really curious what these named persons, these personas are. Next up is the favor deck. At the start of The game, you lay out 4 cards from the favour deck. You need to shuffle it. I think it's one of the never talked about, but this is pretty hard to shuffle. Shuffle well, I mean. Yeah. So I sorted them out in alphabetical, and they're all different. That's really different art, different text. That's really impressive. Let's show this. Alchemy, amazement, anathema, archive. Also, the theme is heavily criticized because it's Renaissance with the zombies and undead, and people just generally don't like that. But I think it has a nice, consistent vibe to it, if you will. They all have this watermark. That might suggest that I purchased or I acquired it illegally, but this is the actual print and play that I paid for. And every this whole of all the cards is just €5. But it's a lot of cards, a lot of ink, if you will. So it can easily cost upwards of €20 if you make this yourself, and then you still don't have the box, you still don't have the trackers. So let's just go quickly. Experiment, expertise, execution, extortion, extraction, fealty, feast, fiefdom, garrison, gossip, hair, imprisonment, informer, intimidation, investment, invocation, judgment, knighting,